Hello everyone, hope everybody is doing well. Well, I've been doing a lot to expose just so much dirtiness of what's going on in Las Vegas, whether it's the videos, the banners, the posts that I do, and it seems like the opposition is becoming more and more alerted about my actions. Now, whether they are trying to crush me like an ant or whether the fact is that they're getting scared, they are responding. And I got this email from a law firm. This is potential lawsuit threat, believe it or not. Because I can tell you this, folks, there's a lot of dirtiness and a lot of ugly behavior in this town. And there's no doubt that the Culinary Union really represents that. Let's read this email. I represent the Culinary Union, and these are the marks that are put it right here. They've been using these marks for many years and indicate association. They're famous in Las Vegas. Recently it's come to your attention that you've been using these marks on banners, both online or offline. The union is concerned that your marks will create a substantial likelihood is as to the source of these banners. It suggests that the public an affiliation with the union or sponsorship by the union. As you know, the union criticizes corporations. Yeah, they do, but I'm certainly aware that it's very likely that they're in bed with these casino elites in Wall Street. It is not clear from your reviews whether the union is affiliated with sponsoring the content of these banners that you've posted. Such likely confusion may arise to the trademark infringement and dilution that the word entitle the union injunctive relief and monetary damages. Somebody please further explain what that means, because I'm not 100% sure what they're referring to. So they're referring to me that I should stop using these marks, and I look forward to hearing from you. Sarah Grossman Swenson. They're taking legal action, folks. And I don't know, depending on how I'll respond, will I be brought into court? This may be the first time in my life I might get sued. But let's talk about who this union really is. I see them as a very dirty, very untrustworthy organization. And their record proves it. Now, if anybody wants to prove that Culinary Union is a great union, that's fine. I can change my stance on it. But from what I've seen, they've done a lot of dirty past doings. Let's take a look at what they really are. You can see this is the scum union that helped pump Reid. They're able to make sure that he wins his tiny margins. And all you have to know about this guy is that this guy saw his net worth increase exponentially throughout his Senate career. Raises a lot of eyebrows. You look at all the scandals, the Whitmore scandal. You look at his voting record. He voted for the Iraq War and the banker bailouts. You might as well ask, why didn't the unions hold him accountable? I thought that they were against corporate power, but the politicians that they keep supporting, that is not, unfortunately, the case. And the union continues to defend illegal aliens, non-citizens, or massive inflows of low-skilled immigration. You can see here, children of immigrant families have share of all children 37.8. Because again, the casinos and unions are in partnership that are encouraging a disproportionate number of foreign-born children to be enrolled in schools, along with their parents to be hired by the casinos. 16.8% of the ELL student population is in K through 12. Let's keep scrolling. These are the politicians that they keep supporting. They put their race over each other. They play the race card in order to get elected. And they know that they certainly have an impact on the voting outcomes. They are an anti-white organization. Rumors have it that not only that the casinos may be hiring illegals. I just got a phone call saying that they were hiring them like $4 an hour. Now they've left. Now they can't rehire their workers. But all this race card that they're doing, anti-white, they don't want to have white people in their unions. They're trying to outvote people of European descent. Take a look at the margin of victories that you can see right here. They keep pumping all these so-called union folks to outvote the population. This is their game. You can see this great Demographic change, some people call it the Great Replacement. We're only at 37.5. The union is largely responsible for this. And I can assure you that it's a disproportionate number of students in our public school system. I think it's like, 24% that are only non-Hispanic white. And by the way, I'm counted as that as well, and I don't look European. You could see a lot of different things. Cook interviewed 2 illegal immigrants, said the Culinary Union pressured him to register to vote. And there were other non-citizen culinary workers registered to vote. A lot of red flags right here. Look at all these demographics. Illegal immigrant share of birth among the highest in this country that is comparable to Los Angeles. And we don't even have the highest immigrant share of births. Look at all this demographic change. Look how they change the demographics in the older areas built before the 90s, and all the whites leave out because of the efforts of the Culinary Union. They are a race-baiting organization. They're anti-white. Wake up, folks. We can only hope that this automation, and as well as the economic downturn that we are and are going to have, is definitely going to change the game. I've made a lot of videos exposing the Culinary Union. They're responding to this banner right here. I use this logo right here. This is what it's all about. This is why they're getting all frustrated. This is how they're probably able to get my email. The word is getting out there, folks. Wake up. I've done a lot of videos exposing the Culinary. I was countering their protest. You can see how this woman right here was responding to one of the comments I was making.
Wait, what about Europe? What about the Muslims and Africans into Europe?
Yeah, again, they can't answer that because they know what they're doing is a scam, and it's completely an agenda to change our population, change our votes, and continue to promote these corrupt politicians. That is what they are all about, folks. Unions in America have been hijacked, and you don't need to be a genius to really figure this all out. I've done a number of videos exposing this union, and I'm going to do more banners and more signs as time moves along. And by the way, it's not just they're pumping politicians. A lot of the legislature in the state of Nevada were employees of the Culinary Union, including current officials like Beau Durant. She did something very, very horrible at me. And I tried to fight back, but there was no way. And I'll talk about that in another video. Complete shill for non-citizens. Yvonne Cancela. I've done a lot of videos about her, how she is a tool of Harry Reid. And guess what? She's part of the new administration. She was one of the first persons to endorse Joe Biden. Why do you think that is? This is why the Culinary Union exists. This is why they keep promoting the race card, is to make sure that these corporate-backed, pro-intervention, pro-globalism, pro-Wall Street politicians get their votes. And look at their track record. They pumped up Sisolak. Guess what? He's in bed with Jim Murren, and now the Culinary Union, all their members are hurt. They're out of work. They have trouble recovering. It backfired. They used them. They got slaughtered, as far as I know, as it seems. This is the really, really sad part. It's not the union members are winning the most. It's not us that are winning. It's the people at the top. And what really, really concerns me, folks, is the fact of why isn't our legislature interested in taxing remittances, in mandating E-Verify for all employers? Folks, this is not a left or right issue. Because I know that many people who are even progressives are sick and tired of the Culinary Union. This woman, Amy Vilela, just announced that she's running for Congress for CD1, the district that covers the Strip where Dina Titus is. Well, guess what? She may be a fighter of Wall Street, but the unions and the casinos are going to do what they can so that she does not win. That's the whole plan behind it. They want to make sure that they can continue to pump these foreign voters disproportionately, these union members, use them as a way to make sure that the better candidates are not going to win. And the rich continue to laugh their way to the bank. And by the way, when they talk about how white males are bad, they're not going after white males like Sisolak and Murren. They're going after average Joe. And that's where the whole scam behind is. Remember, they fund a lot of these non-governmental organizations. That's why progressives have to be like the Jimmy Dores of the world. They have to be critical of all of this. Keep in mind, the border crisis is not helping. So we don't know that this union is actually behind these migrant invasions that we're about to see. They're making sure that the better Democrat politicians don't win. And they also backed the establishment Republicans like Brian Sandoval. There you go. They are fighting back. They are panicking. We are waking up, and they're doing everything they can to make sure that we are being censored. Now, I wanted to show you something about Nick Fuentes. As you know, he's been one of the advocates for people of European descent, and this video just shows that they're on the no-fly list. Now, I don't know about Mr. Fuentes. Maybe he can rent a car. Maybe he can go on a private plane. I'm not sure. I certainly think he has the money. I certainly would not fly on a commercial airline anytime soon if they mandate the vaccines or the masks or all that stuff. The last time I was in with the mask, it was just so painful. I had trouble breathing. I got sick, and they didn't care.
Hey, I'm sorry. Who did you say to talk to down there?
You could try talking to say we're not saying that they're gonna give you an answer or they have an answer.
But you pointed down there. Who's down there?
There's probably a guy with the blue shirt.
Oh, just like a security guy?
Yeah, but I'm not sure they'll have an answer for you.
Okay. And there's no way I could get on this plane?
No, you cannot allow. They're not letting you fly with Southwest.
With Southwest?
I'm
but
not sure
maybe
about other airlines.
Delta, maybe?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I know that was a TSA number. I'm not sure if you're blocked from just the no-fly list.
Did they give you a reason?
No.
It's a no-fly list, you said?
I'm not sure.
Okay. All right.
They just told me that you're...
Of course they're not going to tell you, because if he would, then everybody else would panic. And folks, this could happen to any of us. It could happen to me. I've been banned by a lot of properties, places without no reason. I'll do a video about that later on. But it's just disgusting, folks. But anyway, this needs to be celebrated in one way, because we are using these tools, these banners, these social media, our word of mouth to get the truth out. And they're panicking. The reason why they're censoring us more than ever is because we are getting the word out there and we're exposing their establishment. And if more people wake up to the scam, the people will respond accordingly, and the powers that be that would lose power. That's what it's all about. And they could do it to me too. Who knows? They could even, the way things are, they're talking about defunding the police. They could have authorities come in, grab me from the house, and God knows what they can do to me. They're not going after the real violence because they're all busy defunding the police. Think about it. Now, speaking of the Culinary Union and speaking of all this multiculturalism, there are some really dirty bills that have been passed. And unfortunately, the way they title these bills, a lot of people don't really know what's inside them. This is a bill that requires translation and prescription drug labels. I mean, come on, seriously. Learn the damn language. My family learned English. Why can't other people too? Because again, the Culinary Union, the casinos, the employers, the powers that be, they wanted this kind of immigration, and they push their people to change the laws, to basically change our culture, our society. And of course, a lot of those policies may harm businesses, may increase costs. They're trying to bring diversity and all this because, as you know, Chinatown was burned down. Seriously, give me a break. This isn't something that should be done in our public schools. Our public schools should be teaching us the basics of what we're supposed to learn about society, about how things work, not to brainwash students. But the good news is more people are homeschooling. And like I told you, the demographics had changed, so at least the good news is at least a lot of whites are not going to be brainwashed by all this nonsense. You could see here, look at this, all this fighting, it's getting crazy. All these things are happening a lot more common. Not just here in Las Vegas, but all over the world. Just a bunch of animals. It's usually always them. Why? Why? This is one of the reasons why our country has to break up. Anyway, here's a new banner I just created. I don't know what you guys think. I just changed a few things, so hopefully they don't have much of a problem. Man, I gotta do what I can to spread the word. We're in a very, very critical time right now.